It's the 2023 My Seminary Life Holiday Party Special. Welcome back to the show. I am your host for this episode and this party, Brandon Knight, and we've got a whole bunch of people here. It's like an actual party here today. We have not one, not two, not four, but three guests here on the show with us today to talk about the most popular holidays in the United States. I'm very excited for this. This list comes brought to you by one of our guests here today, the most guestiest guest who ever guested on a podcast, Joshua Noel. Josh, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I feel very welcomed. There are very few ways that people can get me on a Christmas podcast because I don't care that much about Christmas, but this list got me there.
It is quite the list, and we all know I have a special place in your heart, or
yeah,
the show
too.
does,
There's
or
that.
both. I don't know.
Both.
Also joining me here today, the man who should have won People's Magazine's Sexiest Podcast Host of the Year, Mr. TJ Blackwell. TJ, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's nice to be back on a show that's not mine.
Yeah, you're there a lot on your show.
Yeah, almost every time.
Almost every time.
Yeah.
Finally, making her My Seminary Life debut. She's one of the priests of the geeks and puts up with these two guys all the time. She's also one of the hosts over at the Clydes, Elizabeth Clyde. Welcome to the show.
It's great to be here.
Good. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you all for taking time out of your schedule to talk about the top 10 most popular holidays in the United States.
Yes.
Now, I've seen this list. Josh, you've seen this list.
I love this list.
I'm going in blind.
So stupid.
I have
Elizabeth,
not seen this list. I
you're
am
going in
blind as a bat.
It's awful.
Okay. TJ, have you seen this list?
Josh read the list out to me once.
So kind of.
So yeah, I know it front to back.
From the back. Very photographic memory. Okay, so Josh, you can't answer this, but since Elizabeth is going in completely blind, when you hear top 10 most popular holidays in the U.S., what holidays are you expecting to be on there?
Was I expecting or?
No, your
Oh,
name's. He's talking to me, Josh. Calm down.
Well, you said Josh.
He said, Josh,
I said
you
you saw
cannot
the
answer
list.
this. He says,
I
Josh,
thought
you
you said you
cannot
can answer this, and
You
they
cannot.
can't. Was what I heard.
No,
I was confused.
you saw the list. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say number one answer, Thanksgiving,
Okay.
because we're all
Okay.
fat and
Which
happy.
would make Josh very
Look,
happy.
America's
Yeah.
fat, so that's my reasoning.
America is fat. That's a good reasoning. America is fat. TJ, you said you remembered the list front to back. So do you remember any of the holidays that made the list?
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. I'm pretty sure he said Black History Month as a whole
That doesn't make sense.
was on the list.
I love this list.
So we're going to be looking at specifically the top 10.
Yeah.
And Black History Month did not make the top 10, but also, yes, an entire month made the list for most popular single day holidays.
It was like
so that is
And
number
this is
14
this
or
is
something,
U.S.
right?
right? U.S.
yeah.
Okay,
This is in the
that
United
makes
States,
sense.
yes.
That makes sense for the United States.
Yeah. We think it's a holiday.
For Black History Month to be on there.
because they can't follow directions and they're gonna choose a month for holidays. Sure.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Sure. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we follow our own rules? Because, by the way, folks, for those of you listening at home, this is coming from an actual list that apparently is supported by stats and science. So, yeah, we also can't follow our own rules. Coming in at number 11, the honorable mention is New Year's Eve. At a 67% popularity rate. Spoiler, New Year's Day doesn't make the top 10 at all, and I don't think it was even
That's
close.
surprising.
But New Year's Eve, why is that
Because
surprising?
we like to get drunk as Americans.
Yeah, but you get drunk on New Year's Eve, not New
I-
Year's Day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. New Year's Eve is 11. So, but 4th of July has to be pretty high up, right? Because if not, we hate ourselves.
We do hate ourselves.
We do. Okay, so spoiler. Our Independence Day doesn't make the top 10.
We hate ourselves then.
It doesn't even make the top like 20. It's not on the list at all.
Dang.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
it was buried. I don't know why.
I just think that's so funny, though.
That is
Given what other
mind-boggling.
ones make the list, I think it's hilarious.
Okay, but St. Patty's Day's top 10?
No,
Okay,
but
good.
it's
also
I would have
nothing-
been
nothing
mad
that
if an
involves-
Irish holiday like trumped our Independence
I was going to say,
Day.
it's still above Independence Day, though.
That is still
It's
stupid.
still in like the top 20.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
Okay,
the reason we know this
And
is because
another
I
good
kept
day for
going to try to
drinking.
find Independence Day.
Okay,
and it's
please
just not on
continue.
there.
I'm very invested now. As a high school teacher as well,
Okay.
I'm afraid.
Well, based off of my reflections on this list, I think the only people who were polled were high school teachers, because a lot of the days are those days that teachers, the post office, offices are closed. That's what a lot
Those
of
would
these
be my
holidays
favorite
are.
days as well.
Federal holidays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, federal. That's the word. Thank you, TJ. Federal
Yeah,
holidays.
Independence Day is a federal holiday.
Yeah,
And
but
Black
we're
History
already
Month is not.
It's in the
we're
middle of the
already
summer.
out
though.
of school. We don't really care. It doesn't
yeah, that's
count.
true.
Doesn't
I
count.
guess that's fair.
So coming in at number 10 with a 68% approval rating, Halloween.
Yeah.
I can see that
Mhm.
because the kiddos and the family, like all the moms, like to be all the family coordinating and stuff like that. That's really popular now.
I think the thing that is misleading about Halloween, why I think a lot of people would think it was higher, if people who like Halloween don't like Halloween, they love Halloween. Like there aren't a lot of people who are casual about it. Either people who really don't like it or really love it. There's
No,
not like a ton of indifference.
I would say I'm a casual Halloweener, Josh. So
Yeah.
speak
I said
for
there's not a
yourself.
ton of. I didn't say
I'm
there
just
wasn't any
I'm
indifference.
saying I'm a casual Halloweener. I don't hate it. I'm not
Yeah,
going
that's
to go
just
watch
not
Halloween movies. Like if I have a kid, they will be a Pokemon. Like
For the record, I also
no
am a
doubt.
casual Halloween fan. I just
me
think
too.
that I'm in
I
the
don't-
minority.
I think anecdotally.
Well, I guess I'm the only one who's watching horror movies the entire month of October.
I mean, I
so
still am.
Yeah, well,
I'm,
Just 'cause
I'm
my
part
wife.
of this 68%.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tied at 69%. Okay, good. Everybody was mature. That would have been... it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Labor Day.
Mhm. Yeah,
hilarious.
both excellent
No one
holidays.
celebrates
Okay, Elizabeth, your face response. What is this?
It's just tied. Like poor MLK. Like we already killed Jen. Now you're just gonna get tied for 9th with Labor Day. Like we're just doing MLK wrong.
I'm surprised either of them are at the top 10. Tell you the truth, like I'm just like, why?
No one celebrates Labor Day.
Yeah, no, I'm shocked
Me.
with
What do you
MLK. No, I love Labor Day.
I'm
As
the
a
only
teacher,
person who celebrates Labor Day. I thought.
What do you do on Labor Day?
As a teacher, we love Labor Day.
I go to Universal because that's
So
when
you
they
get it
start
off-
their Halloween stuff.
No, so you're not celebrating Labor Day.
I'm celebrating the day that I have extra
celebrating
to go to
Halloween.
Halloween.
You casual Halloween fan is celebrating Halloween as early as Labor Day.
September 9th is when you start celebrating Halloween.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
pretty
like
much the only time I
teachers,
celebrate it.
teachers are like parents of children, school-age children with Behold, because like MLK Day and Labor Day, like we need those extra days during the school year.
Maybe families.
Yeah, especially like Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That kind of breaks up the really long, like from Christmas break to spring break, right?
Well, because Labor Day, you're just now getting into the school year, and like, man, am I going to make it? Boom, Labor Day. Thank you. And then spring semester start. Man, I really hate these kids still. Boom, MLK Day break.
Please go to the next.
I knew it was a great idea to invite her. I love Elizabeth's just like straightforward, no nonsense. Americans are fat, drunk, and we don't like
Yes.
children. Anyway. Up next at a 70% approval rating, Easter.
At least we love Jesus. Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Praise
They
Easter
pulled the
eggs.
Bible
the
Belt,
Lord.
I think.
Easter eggs.
What'd you say, TJ? I didn't catch
I
you.
think they've mostly pulled the entire Bible Belt and then up the East Coast.
I'm curious
I
if
think-
people associated Easter with spring break. Because
no,
usually spring break is before or after
That's
Easter.
possible.
I was thinking somehow Pastor Will got his influence in. Like he just convinced enough people that holiday is great. You know?
Well, I am going to side with TJ on this because Halloween is ranked number 10, and we all know how certain Christians feel about Halloween. and then Easter's like just below mid pack.
Okay,
Yes.
now
Oh,
I
that's
will
weird.
So
say,
maybe it was a
My
pretty
hand- my
popular
hand's
Bible
raised, my
Belt.
hand- But in
Okay,
today's society, though, people celebrate the Easter Bunny more than the resurrection. So you have to think about that as
Sure.
well, because people just love giving Easter baskets.
The Easter Bunny does give me more candy usually.
Yeah, and then
In
Jesus.
fairness. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus is
And I
giving
like
all
being
the
Jesus
best
does.
you've ever eaten.
Jesus has never given me candy.
Jesus gave you the candy that will
Literally all.
never make you want candy again.
I don't want that candy. I want candy that just keeps coming.
His candy does not run dry.
His candy does not run dry.
God.
His Easter
Yep.
basket overflow with.
Easter.
His Easter bag. We might as well just call it a day on this point. This is any more Easter puns because this has been my favorite part so far.
I just want to get to the best holiday. That's all.
Okay,
I
continue,
think it's an
please.
excellent holiday.
Stop.
At 71%, Father's Day.
I'm saving my comments till
Father's
you get
Day
to the
is
next
above
one.
this, right?
Father's Day? I don't.
Is
That
What'd you
doesn't
say,
make
TJ?
the
sense.
next one?
Oh yeah, Mother's Day is.
Why does that not make sense?
Because I'm already off of school. I could care less. It's on a Sunday.
That might explain.
Let's go
this
ahead and
better
move
then.
to the next one.
Is it Mother's Day?
Because it,
Yeah.
well, actually tied at 77%, so a
That's huge.
6% jump. Veterans Day and Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So we like veterans and moms more than dads.
I agree.
That tracks.
I think though, if we're doing the school thing, that actually does make sense. Because Mother's Day usually still during school, and Father's Day isn't. So that could explain it. But also, as someone who works in fast food, no, that's definitely true. Yeah, we definitely do more. For
Do
Mother's
people
Day.
get off for Mother's Day? It's on a
Yeah,
Sunday.
no, they don't get off
Oh,
on Mother's Day.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
They definitely do. Like when I worked at Domino's, Mother's Day, that was a busy day. Father's Day, we're basically not
well,
working.
there's a lot more single
Sure.
mothers than single fathers.
True, that's very true.
As
Actually.
someone who used to work in bakeries a lot over the holidays, moms trumped dads in terms of like selling out cakes and cookies and
Oh, yeah.
pastries. Because dads like they want to like buy the steaks and the beef jerky and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
It's funny because I could see where overall moms trump dads, but my dad was awesome, so I would never say that personally.
mhm. Yeah, and how many children has dad born? You know, born like how many? No, none.
Listen,
Okay,
in today's world, I don't dare answer that.
I'm just asking a question. And then if you're like
Birthing
me,
peoples is the correct term.
I tell my mom you're welcome on Mother's Day because if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't be a mom. So it's equally my day as well.
Is that true? You're not an only child.
Just stop.
I'm just saying
Are you? You're not an only child.
we
Can we
ignore
please
my
move
older
on?
sister. But I'm saying like I'm
Veterans
part
Day
of
is
the
a good
reason
one,
for
though.
the celebration. I
Veterans Day
guess.
also could be for dads, depending on the
Or
family.
moms.
Or
You know.
moms.
Our moms, are you saying
Yeah,
gender
yeah, but I
equality doesn't exist and I cannot join the armed
The women
forces?
can
I
join
can't
the
be a
military.
veteran.
Historically,
Doesn't
there
make
are
sense.
definitely more veterans that would be dads.
Well, historically,
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so if we're celebrating, we would be celebrating more dads
No, that's
than
Memorial Day.
moms.
no.
True.
That would
True.
be Memorial
You're
Day.
correct.
Okay, continue.
Well, as the only dad, I thought maybe I would say
I guess
something.
fine, whatever.
Please do.
I have kids.
How are you celebrated? Here's your
Yeah.
moment.
How am I celebrated? You know how I'm celebrated? I host a cookout at my house and do all the cooking and
Exactly.
cleaning. And then when everyone leaves, I'm very tired.
That's what dads want to do.
That's how I get to.
Yeah, you
That is not what I want to do.
just want to grill the meat, right? That's how it goes.
I mean,
This
if
show's
it was
making me
just for
hungry.
me, that's one thing. Good. Well, we are all fat Americans. We've already established that.
Yeah, I just ate before this too. That's the sad thing.
I guess I'm not surprised that Father's Day lost out to Mother's Day. There is something about I'm going to sound like a horrible person. There's something about the fact that Veterans Day got higher up than Mother's Day and Father's Day, and also higher up than Independence Day.
And
Bible
Easter, the ultimate veteran.
Eh. The ultimate veteran.
The only thing Bible Belt Christians love more than God is the military-industrial complex.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah, that's where I'm getting at here, is that we really like the military more than most things, because there's still another military holiday coming up, and we're entering the top 3 holidays in the United States. Tied for 2. That's where we're at. We're at second place now at a 78% popularity. Christmas and Memorial Day.
Yep. My birthday is Memorial
Everyone's
Day
saying,
weekend.
Yeah, I celebrate TJ's birthday every year.
I can see
contributing to the
Memorial
problem.
Day is the start of summer, so I see that. Either Memorial Day, I am just out of
Okay.
school for the summer, or it's that last week of school, and it's like, yes, Monday's off, and then Tuesday's usually a half day.
Yeah, it's when I finally switch from dark rums to coconut rum. It's a great day.
Yeah, I can see Memorial Day.
Growing up, trying to plan a birthday party, if we ever tried to do it more than or within 2 weeks of my birthday, nobody would come because they were all leaving for Memorial Day.
Yeah, as someone
So
who
we had
is
to do it either 2-3 weeks early or 2 or 3 weeks late, or nobody would come.
I have twice now made the mistake of trying to go to Disney for TJ's birthday and bringing him with us, and it's impossible. That's what I've come up with. It is impossible to go to Disney Memorial Day weekend unless you want to be miserable. That's it.
I can join you in your trauma here, TJ, because my birthday often falls on Good Friday,
Oh, same.
which is kind of a hard day to
Wait,
celebrate
when's
anything.
your birthday again? April what?
March 29th.
Oh, see, mine's April 2nd. So I
Okay,
always
so
fight
we're
with
like-
Good Friday,
yeah.
Easter, and all that good stuff.
Yep.
42.
Yeah. According to Josh, I have the best birthday.
I am infinitely
Oh,
envious.
I just had to add that together.
It's my fake birthday on Facebook.
Yes. Oh, yes, it is, because I always text you because I always forget it's your fake
The last
birthday.
couple times, though, it was, today's not your birthday, is it? Like, nope, happy 42.
Happy 42.
I'm just mad because Josh
Thanks,
tries to steal my
Josh.
thunder.
I didn't know that was a thing till, like, I've already been doing it for 4 years before you said something, so now it's too
She
late.
didn't know it was her
You
birthday.
used to know it was my birthday, Josh. We've known each other for 14 years.
Yeah, well, it gave me enough time to forget, you know?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Oh, so
What's
does that
next?
mean
Can I
I'm
just
right
say-
then? I
Number
just
one
did the
is
math.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
right with my number
What's
one.
number one?
Well, hold on. I got to say one more thing about Memorial
okay.
Day, because I
Also,
think
we
this
all
is an
ignored
absolute
Christmas.
joke.
This is definitely a Christmas episode.
That's my
Yeah, you're right.
point.
Uh-huh.
Is that Memorial Day? I mean, it's great that it's right there with TJ. That's true. With the birth of TJ, and we also have the birth of Jesus at Christmas. So I guess this adds up a little bit. But like with Christmas, there is so much crap that we do to celebrate this holiday.
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's a literal tree in front of me as I'm recording this, and all the decorations, all the baking, all the food, all the presents. Memorial Day, light the grill, crack a beer, the end.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, that second one does sound
Like-
better.
That sounds a lot
It's
less
a lot less
stressful.
work, that's for sure.
Yeah. I can see it.
Listen, as a person of, I won't say a Christmas hater, someone who just doesn't really like Christmas that much. I also feel like Christmas gets a lot of flack from all sides because you have people who don't like religion, having very obvious reasons to not like Christian and Christmas, and then you have Christians who attack it as, no, this is really a pagan holiday, and I'm like, listen, guys, some people
They
just
all
need to
are.
learn to shut up. That's all.
Almost all of them.
Let
are.
people like what they like, you know? It's fine.
I love the pagan holiday argument because it's always like one very specific thing, like, Christmas trees, pagan. When you get into like Yule traditions, like traditional old school Yule in paganism, it's literally everything. Like the only thing you can do is put up a nativity. You can't have any gingerbread, mulled wine, oranges, any of the flavors, any of the decorations. It's all pagan. So you can either deal with it, or you can put one nativity out that's probably has a whitewashed Jesus and wise men at the manger.
But technically, wise men didn't come
Or
to
you
the
can just
manger.
deal with it.
If you think about it, by the time they came,
Exactly.
it was, so that's
The
still
reason
wrong.
they're there,
Exactly.
shout out to Will, the reason they're there, a lot of your higher liturgical churches, like your Lutheran churches, your Catholic churches, all that, have the 12th day of Christmas that starts on Christmas days, ends with Epiphany Day, which is the day the wise men show up. So they include it in the nativity scene because it's part of the 12 days of Christmas. Yeah. Fun fact. Also, it's kind of cool. I wish we did that instead of an entire freaking month of Christmas.
Also, Jesus was born during the harvest, so technically he's more fall than December.
Also, while we're on this, I have a lot of it's something interesting
going.
for me. I know a lot of people who get upset about people celebrating Christmas and any holidays because there are explicit commands in the Bible to not celebrate festivals or holidays that aren't the ones that God specifically laid out, like Yom Kippur and all that. As someone who doesn't read the Bible literally, that is pretty easy for me to ignore that. But for all the people who are like really conservative and like this has to be literal, I'm like, yeah, that seems like it would be a hurdle, and very few people seem to care.
Well, that was the case until the Catholic Church was like, well, all the pagans like gather up on this day. What if we just move one of our holidays to that day?
Yeah, but we don't even celebrate
did
like
that, like,
Yom
6
Kippur or
times.
It
any
is
of that.
true.
The ones that God said are
that's
safe
true.
to celebrate. We don't even celebrate those.
Because we're not Jewish.
Yeah, but those are the only God-approved holidays.
Which
He said not
leads
to do
my
any other
next
ones.
point. That's the reason Christmas is second, because of the Jewish population.
Yeah, that's also true.
Kwanzaa, Hanukkah.
Yeah,
There's a third one. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But there are
it has to share the
other
fame.
Festivus.
Christmases in other religions.
Yeah. Can we get to number one?
It is
Because I have to
true.
go, and it's my favorite.
No. Sure. Yes, we can get to number one. Elizabeth, you were right. Number one is Thanksgiving
gobble.
because we're fat.
Gobble gobble. That is a great Matthew West song.
Josh, go ahead. Josh, go ahead. Just take it.
Thanksgiving is the best holiday because it encompasses all of the holidays. Because you have something to be thankful for in all of them. So I can be thankful for the birth and death of Jesus. I don't need Christmas or Easter. I'll just be thankful for everything at once. Also, I just really love turkey meals and the whole dinner. And what's weird for me, this being at number one, because part of the reason I love Thanksgiving is it's one of the more low-key holidays. I'm not expected to spend a ton of money on Thanksgiving.
You love
I have to vote
America
by
taking people's
presidents.
land and killing everyone?
It's not about that. Because
Yay,
if it
she
were-
did it.
If it was about that, we wouldn't have to share Thanksgiving with several other countries that didn't have that story behind it. Also, not only is Thanksgiving a multiple country holiday, it has nothing to do with America. It was for a long time in America. We did celebrate it around that event, but I think it's evolved past that. Very few people, even in conservative circles, still use that as part of the day. But primarily, yeah, I like it because you don't get all those people going, oh, Thanksgiving's really pagan, because no one's claiming that it's Christian. You don't have all of the annoying controversy. You don't have all of the everybody saying you have to do this, you have to do that. You can do Thanksgiving pretty much whatever you want, and no one treats it like it's blasphemy. It's great. Which is why I think it's really weird that it's number one, because a lot of the people I know who love Thanksgiving love it because you don't have to go to the mall and hear turkeys for a whole month, and you don't have to like spend all the extra money. Like, we love it because it's not the biggest holiday. And yet, for somehow, it made it to number one. Like, I just find that very weird.
Because we are fat American
That is true.
who loves the time off of work.
That's true. That is accurate.
We'll say,
And football.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
bet you
That's
football
true.
does do it.
I don't think a single other country's Thanksgiving is the same as ours.
No. All Thanksgivings,
Yeah, it's not the
I think,
same.
are on different days. They're not technically the same, but they're the same.
They have the same name.
Yeah, it's the same name and the same idea, just kind of celebrating thankfulness. Usually it does have something to do with the country's history, but not always. If I remember right. There's like 14 different Thanksgivings.
Canada's is in October.
Yes. What do they do for how? Like,
I only
do they
know
have to
that
share it
because
with
of How I
Halloween?
Met Your
Yeah,
Mother.
me too.
No, it's like the middle of October.
It's weird. Yeah, but Halloween celebrated from like September on. Here.
Thanksgiving break.
According to Josh, the casual Halloween fan who celebrates Halloween starting September 9th.
Well, in my defense, if you have this is my holiday hack for everybody. If you have an annual pass to Universal, you can get free tickets to Halloween and Christmas, but only on certain dates, which don't include the dates of October for Halloween. So you have to go in September if you want the free day. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Fun fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Must be nice living by Universal.
I don't live by Universal. I just drive 8 hours.
Oh.
Also, if you go for
Oh, good
3
for you.
consecutive days and you didn't get the annual pass, you spent more money than you would have getting the annual pass. So if you go for 4 days, man, you're just
Okay.
wasting money. And with that, I'm going to go to work.
So that is the. I'm just going to do a hard turn off of that. Does anyone else have anything they want to say about Thanksgiving
No.
It's okay.
parades?
Oh, I did go to the Macy Day Thanksgiving Day parade. It's better on TV.
That's pretty
Just
cool.
let you guys
I was
know.
supposed to be in that one
Oh,
year,
is it?
actually.
Oh.
Why is that?
I was in marching band in high school, and I dropped out of band. And the next year, they went to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Wild.
Just missed it.
Yeah.
Still better on TV.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
So
hated
better on
marching in
TV.
parades.
Well, it's produced and yeah.
Luffy was in it, though.
You
That
hate
was pretty
parades?
sick.
Is that
No.
what
I
you
hate being in them. Marching band
Oh,
in a
oh.
parade is awful.
Yeah, I only went this year for
Oh, I
Luffy.
bet.
That's the only reason why I went this year.
said? That was kind of cool. I was surprised to see him
I
in
was
there.
very
His hat
excited.
popped.
Yeah, it was popped already before he came, so he had the bucket hat when he came to my area.
Oh, yeah. But,
Well, that's fun.
I don't know.
Any so that is the top 10. That is the top 10 list of holidays. Is there any holiday outside of Independence Day that everyone is kind of surprised didn't make the
I'm trying
list?
to think. Hmm.
No one celebrates Arbor Day?
No, I mean I do buy
I
I
knew
do
you were
buy
gonna say
trees during Arbor Days because they have a sale. So I bought cherry blossom trees during the last Arbor Day to celebrate.
I don't know. The only
Nice.
thing I have to say about this is that if you try to look it up, you get some very different results for what the top 10 holidays are.
I'm kind of surprised for Valentine's Day, but like not super. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have been because it's like everyone loves love. They're trying to find their soulmate type deal. Cupid.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that one didn't make top 10 somewhere. Maybe not that high up, but still considering like Martin Luther King Jr. Day
Yeah,
or Labor Day
Veterans
made the
Day.
list. Yeah, Memorial
I like-
Day. Sorry,
I,
TJ.
I like
you know,
stuff that gets me gifts and time off of work. So
Sure. Gifts, time off of work. So that's why, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, they can get out of here. Put Valentine's Day in there instead.
I agree.
There we go.
I don't know. I'm kind of surprised St. Patrick's Day not on there.
I was a little shocked too because we just love a reason to drink in America.
And a lot of America's Irish descent.
Mm-hmm.
I think Boston alone
So
doesn't get St. Patrick's Day on the list.
Well, I was going to say, you should see, I live here near Chicago. We dye the Chicago River green.
Yeah.
Like, we go all out around here for St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah, considering that in Boston, unless that's just like the two hot spots for St.
That and
Patrick's
Cinco
Day.
de
Well, I think
Mayo.
it is, to be fair.
Does Cinco de Mayo make like top 15?
I don't remember seeing Cinco de Mayo on there, but that's not us, right? That's
yeah,
Mexico.
but we still celebrate in America because we have
I
a
guess
lot of
that's true.
Hispanic transplants.
Sure, that's fair.
Like I mean,
Also, Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, anything that was like very specifically cultural did not make the list.
Mhm.
I don't think.
because I mean, I love me some tacos on Cinco de Mayo. Just it hits
for
different.
sure. Well, a Corona and some tacos on Cinco de Mayo is so much better that way.
Yeah, I can do that every day.
Yeah, anything cultural. No Chinese New Year, no any Yom Kippur and anything like that. That shows that it must have been a bunch of white people who got pulled.
Bunch of white Southerners.
A bunch of
I
white
really think
Southerners
this just happened in like Atlanta.
in Atlanta.
I think the poll was just in Atlanta.
So we all know Josh's favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. He said that, but just to kind of bring this episode in for a landing, TJ and Elizabeth, what are your favorite holidays?
This is hard because I don't really like I celebrate, but I don't really look forward to anything except my time off of work.
Mine might be Christmas.
Sure. Okay.
Mine's Thanksgiving.
Yours might be Christmas. Why is that? We know.
I like Christmas.
Yeah. Can I?
Is it all of the hubbub stuff?
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I got a couple final notes on Thanksgiving.
Josh came back for the notes.
I did. There's more Bible verses about being thankful and having a spirit of Thanksgiving than there is of Jesus' birth. Just for the record, everybody.
Okay, goodbye, Josh. I'm about to
Yeah,
say
well,
my
he was only
favorite
born
holiday.
once,
Yeah,
sort of.
fine. Also, Merry Christmas, everybody. I forgot to say that. That's really why I came back.
Merry Christmas.
Well,
Yeah.
good. Merry
Yeah. Merry
Christmas.
Get out of here, you filthy animal. So I would say I think my favorite holiday would be New Year's, because I love that everyone tries to, like, turn over a new leaf. They set goals. It's just the fresh start of a year. If I had to pick a favorite holiday.
I like that. You don't hear people say New Year's Day as a holiday favorite. Of course, you also get the day off,
Yes, you do.
probably to recover from a hangover, but to
And then you kind of like have like that wrap of a season, like the busyness of Thanksgiving, the busyness of Christmas. It's almost like that calm after the storm, and now you get to have a fresh start. So yeah, that's my favorite holiday if I have to choose one.
if you had to choose one. And that's good. And you're right. You also have a lot of people have this tone of like, okay, new year, new me. What am I going to try and do this year? And sure, most of us forget by March, but you have a lot of good intentions at the beginning of a new year, and that is nice.
Yeah.
For me, I would probably also say Christmas. I like a lot of the smaller, quirkier holidays too. Like I said, Halloween is one of my favorites. I do really like St. Patrick's Day. My family also celebrates Hanukkah, and so I'm a little bit bummed it didn't make the list at all. But but yeah, I would say my all-time favorite is probably Christmas, because even though I kind of went on a rant earlier about all of the stuff that goes into this holiday season, it is, trying to even think it out here. It is still like, it's very different. It's very distinct from everything else because of how much we put into this holiday. And of course we have the birth of Jesus to celebrate as well, which is good. But outside of October, when I'm watching horror movies, there's no other holiday season where I'm watching movies and listening to very specific kind of music, like for a month or more,
There's a lot of good Halloween music, and there's a lot of good Thanksgiving movies. But
Thanksgiving movies?
yeah, tons of movies take place during Thanksgiving or about a Thanksgiving.
I mean, outside of Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, I guess I'm unaware of any other ones.
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is the Great Turkey.
Well, okay, yeah.
Not
the Great Turkey.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, really? Okay.
A ton of like 90s, early 2000s family comedies.
Oh,
with
okay.
Thanksgivings.
Interesting. Okay.
But Christmas is special.
Christmas is special.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have an entire episode devoted to it here on the show.
Yeah.
Even though we only talked about it for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Whole cities decorate for Christmas.
Sure.
Even
Whole
small
cities
ones.
do not decorate. Whole cities do not decorate for, Father's Day.
Yeah.
We don't. There's not just like pictures of dads with mustaches and mugs just around town.
Right. Just a lot of dads.
Just a lot of dads. All right. Well, I think that is it for today's episode then. We almost got through the whole thing with Josh. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate all three of you taking time out of your schedules to record this. Like I said, I know it's busy, so thank you for taking some time to have this crazy, funny episode. This was a lot of fun. I had fun, at least. And thank you all for listening to this episode. As always, please remember to rate and review the show if you haven't yet already. Share it with somebody who you think will enjoy it. You can always support the show financially at buymeacoffee.com/MSLpod. Everyone who supports the show at $9 a month gets a shout out here on the show. So thank you, Lori, for supporting the show. Merry Christmas to you, Lori. Merry Christmas to all you listeners. Merry Christmas to Elizabeth, TJ, and Josh. I guess to Josh.
Should have told them happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, Josh. When you go back and listen to this later, happy Thanksgiving to you directly a month later. And this is Brandon signing off, reminding you, he's
That's
here still.
so funny. What a
Go to
creeper.
Go to work. You have to do Chipotle.
That's really funny.
I'm trying to see if he was going to respond still. That's why I waited.
Message.
This is Brandon signing off, reminding you as always that theology is for everyone, so keep on studying.